measurable items like the site clearance, because here we were not given any model of the site to be cleared. So we derive our site clearance items from this ground, the footprint of this ground slab on the site. So if you want to know which one is this, when you click this, it's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one. This is the one that is the ground floor. So you know the ground slab is called concrete commercial. So if we roll it up, the other one is the wall standard case. Whatever this is, it's an exterior wall. When you put the exterior wall, you have exterior 300 concrete. So if you are measuring all the concrete, this kind of concrete, if you want to understand what kind of concrete is this, right-click here and go to the object property and look under the material to understand the kind of material. So the material name is concrete cast in place. So it is cast in place concrete. I thought it was going to be a precast concrete. So it's concrete that you put the formwork and put the reinforcing and cast it to the side. So if you have another concrete that is precast, that is good separation. You're going to put them separately. So that means in measuring this, you're going to measure them according to various thicknesses. But at least you know that this structure has some exterior walls. It has two exterior walls. So it has this one here, it has this one there, it has this one there, and this other one of size. 300 thick, 300 thick, 300 thick, 300 thick, 300 thick, 300 thick. As far as we are concerned, this is just one item. It's just concrete in walls. This is the concrete in walls. 300 thick. We capture them with a cube. Then the external surfaces of one will provide a form of those. And times it by the number. So if we are measuring this wall, we just measure it in number and take all the properties of the wall area and the volume to measure the items that relate to them. Okay? So now, having explored this model through, it has given us a fair idea of this structure, how this structure is put together. Now you have these steel columns being capped with a pie cap, and this pie cap, unfortunately there should have been a ground beam, but there was no ground beam. But one thing that is of interest is, when you click on this, this is the ground, what we thought was a ground slab. Whenever you're dealing with 3D, don't take for granted, what the geometric figure that you don't assume that geometric figure is a ground slab. It might not be the ground slab, it might be a composite item. So to know whether it is a composite item or composite, composite means it consists of several different materials. Is go to the right click on it, go to the material property. Okay? And that tells you what are the various materials that they have put together and call one geometric project. So if we just go to that, what we assume was the ground floor slab, if we go right click on that and say properties, and we go to the material layer. This is called material layer set. You see that we're going to have 3 layers. The first layer is actually our ground slab. So our ground slab, the overall thickness that is showing as 362 is not actually our ground slab. Our ground slab is 200 thick. Can you see that? Because that's the name. The name is concrete cast institute ground slab. Then the other layer, the name is sand. So you have sand, and that sand is 12 thick. And then we have the third layer. That third layer, the name is hardcore. And that hardcore is 150. So altogether, gives us 362. That means that this item here under under the slab is commercial. What we are seeing here is not concrete. It's a composite item. That means that we're going to make use of that. Whatever we're only interested in the area of this geometric object. When we get the area, then we split it into those three subcomponents. The concrete itself, the sand binding for excavation, and the hardcore for excavation items. And then we put the thicknesses to all this and build up, So we build up the measuring systems, the measuring lists that go with them. Now, this is just for you to know that whether you're doing 5D measurement or you're doing 2D measurement, don't rush into measurement. The first thing to do is to take the drawings, study the drawings, or study the model. Understand how the parts are put together. You've got to have that understanding first. Then, how do you understand how the buildings are put together? The next thing to ask, the next thing to do is, how many traits am I asked to measure? If you're in a company, they can't show the whole structure, do the whole measurements for all the buildings, all the traits that are involved. They might ask you to just do some aspects and then give another person doing roofing, another person doing the foundation. But if you're in a company where they put everything on your laps, well, the same principle applies. You take it one step at a time. And say, for instance, I've been asked to do plasterboard linings. Let me finish with plasterboard linings. Okay? So within the plasterboard linings, you ask yourself, now, if it is a 3D model, nobody asks you to do plasterboard lining. So what you were asked to do here is to measure the excavation, the piling, and the concrete work. Okay? So the way it works is the concrete work is an in-situ concrete on the floors. The ground slab, which is 200 feet, and all the other floors. So you're going to separate them because that's the way NZS 4282 wants you to measure them. You have to get a ground slab concrete separate, then top floor concrete, then floor by floor. Why? Because the P&G items needed for construction of each varies. Like way you raise the scaffold for the top floor is different from the way you raise the scaffold for the second floor. And also the pouring heights, also add money because now you need to crane to pour the higher floors, the ones on the ground. So because of this, you need to put them in because their rates will differ. Even the scaffold that you need, will be more intense for the higher floors. So you now know that even though all the concrete there could be measured just by taking all the volumetric measurement, it doesn't work like that. You have to do them according to the NZS 4282. So, now, if we go to this point, first, you need to build up the dimension groups to enable you to do these measurements. Because under the excavation, you are focusing only for your dimension groups and quantity computations only on the items that have unit of measurement. All these other ones are just stories. Just copy them and paste there as preamble notes. And here, I told you all sums should be changed to item. Here, you just provide in your rates library for people to put a rate. Okay? So you know that allowances for visiting sites is normally this amount. So you don't need to build it up. And it's kind of provisional. Does anybody know what provisional item is? what is the implication of provisional item to the contract sum that you agreed with the subcontractor or the new contractor?
It's an allowance for an item that I'm not sure of the exact cost of.
Good. You see that every project has variation. Okay? These provisional items that this provision allow for, these will be, when we know the actual amount, those are the things that we need to adjust the contract, the contract sum that we had, with the actual amount that cost that has been received, or that has, if it is the work progress, when it is fully designed and we costed and we now agree on the figure, you pull out the provision sum and replace it with the actual and adjust it. Even though we call it fixed price lump sum contract, these provisional sums are what give rise to variations and adjustments in the contract. So, but you start with having an allowance made there so that you have an idea about the overall costing of the project. So, you still need to capture this because you need to put this in your rate library, and it's going to be a sum, and you provide where that sum, where that item amount is, who is supplying it. Is that a subcontractor? Is that, how did you come about it? Did you do the compilation of the various cost items that are involved? Now, what I want us to do first is to set up the workbook to get going. So this is going to be the workbook that we're going to set. We go to here and click on the workbooks and say add workbook. So this workbook, we're going to name it because you might be asked to provide this workbook as part of your submission to show the various ways you set up your workbook. Because the rest of the measurements you're going to do and the rates that you come with, you provide different sum that you are estimating for this project to differ among yourselves. So that workbook, we're going to call that workbook, say 218, 214 prospects in something. You're getting too long, but assign. Then your name, your first letter is 4. Batch. So just put it this way. Right? Now, it's asking us, does it have a default rate library? If we had any default rate library, we would have drawn it up. That means that even before we start the workbook, we should have created a rate library that will support the things that we do, all the softwares that are involved, and some items. So we have both up the rates for those ones that are specific to this project. So we say yes, it has a default rate library, and then that will automatically use into price for the items that we're doing. But educational license does not allow us to use the rate library. In real practice, you start with building a rate library for that project. If you know the trades that are involved in that project and the items that need to be measured, you get the whole items and get the prices fixed for those items, save it in CSV, all right? And then you upload it to your rate library. That's what you do everything there. Just upload that. And also upload it to this, to what we're doing. And also even the dimension groups, you populate your dimension group according to that rate library. But this educational license doesn't allow us to do that. So that means you have to create them, You can create them in the rate library, export them as CSV, and then call it up. All right, so for now, there is no default rate library. And